Yeah, this is my Star Citizen game. Just logged in, and you can see we have the Universe, Star Marine, which is a first-person shooter, military type, soldier against soldier. Area Commander is against ship. You can do pilot or parrot swarm, um, just free flight, just to get to know how to fly the plane, the ship. And the universe, let me click onto it. Crusader is the port for your ship, and Area 18 is a port on land, like a dock. Then you have your hangars here. The largest is the REVEL in York, and the other ones I really don't use a lot, just this one. Let's go into Area 18 and give you a tour. Sorry about the wait. I don't have a editing tool. So here we are. We're on the in the port. A lot of these doors and areas are not functional, so I'll just show you what is. Eventually you'll be able to talk to this guy and log in. That's a freelancer. So this is one of the stores for the weapons. These have to be bought, and you can get points by playing, or you can pay cash to get the points needed to upgrade your weapons. The UEC, or the in-game money that you have to use to purchase these weapons. And you can customize how you look, your suits. Eventually you'll be able to buy like first aid kits. And this would be a working emergency room for repairs, but right now they're still working on it. There's a large Constellation ship down there that's worth about $350 to $400 US to buy that ship. There's the Constellation. The game can get very expensive. They have packages though you can get in Star Citizen at around $39, $40, which gives you obviously the smallest little ship that they have. But there are packages, believe it or not, up to $15,000 for a complete fleet of ships. Yeah, that's 15,000 US to get into this game for some people. This is a good place if you want to meet a couple of guys to go out and do a mission. You can, everybody has a chance to do a chat, and eventually there will be, you can talk to them through their own server. You won't have to go through TeamSpeak. It's really hard to imagine the scale of this large port. Right now they only have probably 1/10 of the port actually working. Eventually every habitable planet is going to have a either a large city or a port built. That's one of the fastest ships in the game, although it really doesn't do any good as far as a actual fighter. It doesn't have the weaponry to, but you can run away from most everybody. Now I believe this is where you can actually buy one of the ships. Again, not everything's working, so obviously this elevator will take us somewhere else later in the game. And this is like a service garage. You can have your ships repaired or have different things added to it. Again, this isn't working right now, but eventually it will be functioning. As you can see on the hub, there's the bullet with the slash through it. That just means that you don't have the ability to shoot anything while you're here in the port. And as you can see, this is where you can buy civilian clothes, uniforms. Just a regular clothing store. But again, it's 300 UEC. That's in-game money. So that's the port. So probably only 10% of this port is actual operational. This is supposed to give you option to go to the other parts of the game. I'll have to do it the hard way. Here we'll take a look at the hangar and a couple of the ships that I have. Now this is the Cutlass Red, which is a hospital ship. It's like a large ambulance. So you got operating room, tables. It's like an escape hatch here. Hey, it's a pretty large ship. Now throughout the ship you'll see little points like this. You can bring it up and you have a choice of all your weapons here. Oh, I fell. Now I'll go with the another ship. Now here's a really good fighter. It's the Hornet, but it's the fighting Hornet. Got extra turrets up top. You've got turrets on both sides, guns in the middle, and you have your missiles, rockets that are stored inside here. And you can change almost anything. There's a turret gun. The only thing you have to remember is when you put something on this ship, if the same weapon is on a different ship that you own, it will be taken off that ship and put on this ship. So just because you have a different weapon, it can't be used on multiple ships unless it's taken off and put back on. I do have another ship, but it's too big for this hangar, and it's going to be a mining ship. But I bought it about a year ago, but it's not being fully developed, and I have to wait for it. I've been in this Star Citizen for almost from when it first started, over 3 years. Now this is the Cutlass Black, which is basically a military transport fighter. As you can see, it's quite large and it has a lot of weapons on it. Look at those rockets. Now to get in to most of these ships, you have to press a button. So here you go. It has, I guess these are hatches to when you dock at some space base. It opened up the floor. The other ship had an unmanned turret, so you had control over. But these manned turrets, if you don't have somebody in your ship flying with you, then this is unused. But it's very similar to the Cutlass Red. You go from a ambulance, hospital type boat to a fighter, which has cargo for troops. Yeah, this is your luxury hangar here. This is, and it's one of the most expensive hangars in the game. Um, the other ones, one of them is free, no matter what ship you get into the game with. But like everything else in the game, if you want to upgrade it, you have to pay for it. Now, some of these are actual gifts that you get over a period of time. And you can switch it up to you can switch it to whatever you want here. Now these Mustangs are the entry-level ships that you can get for starting at $40. They changed it. This used to give you the option to get into the space, the base up, so you can get into your ship and fly it. I don't see the option. And now we'll go to the space port, where you have access to your ships, and you can do missions. Now, because I don't have, one of my ships is not available, they give you lender ships. Now, when you finally get in the game, you're basically in your little your room that for sleeping quarters. But if you want to go outside, you have to make sure you put on your spacesuit, or you will die. Okay, this is where you can select what ship you want to get. Now, as you can see, I have the large Freelancer, the Drake Cutlass, the Hornet Wildfire, and then the smaller Hornet. And we'll take a look at the Freelancer. This is one of the lender ships because my mining ship is not ready.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
We kindly ask that guests exit airlocks as soon as it is safe to do so.
Okay, I'm not in my spacesuit, so I better get in my spacesuit before I go outside, or I'll die.
Save on resources and expenses. Join the ship share program today.
Welcome to the Port Olizar ship deck. Please press the screen to continue.
Owners operated by Crusader.
This is a new store that they've added. Okay, now I have my spacesuit. And it shows you that my Freelancer is in that direction there. So here's a decompression, and now I go outside. And there's my Freelancer. It's quite a large ship, but it's about middle of the road as far as size and abilities. It does have weapons, but if you're carrying any cargo of any value, you should have some fighter escorts with you. So you really have to rely on friends, or you can actually pay for an escort. Not every thing is operational. They're still working on all the ships. Yeah, so you have sleeping quarters. Okay, that's something they've added. Now in this mission, or if you're in a very lengthy space destination, you're going to have to take rest spots. So you have your pilot and co-pilot, and then you have navigation and weapons.
Launch sequence complete. Caution. Deck collision. Caution. Front collision. Caution. Overhead collision. Caution. Rear collision. Caution. Deck collision.
Boy, they've changed all the different functions here. Anyway, I haven't played this game in a while, and they've changed all the different command functions. So just a matter of going back into the Arena Commander and go to Free Flight and learn all the different buttons and what you can do. If you haven't played this game in a while, they keep changing everything, and until I guess they finally release the game, which is going to be another year or 2 years. And you can choose your missions here, and once you complete the mission, you can earn in-game money points. So that's it for now. I'm going to need some practice before I start flying again. Thanks a lot. You can see my frame rate went from over 144 down to about 22 in order to play the game once you have everything loaded. Okay, thanks again. I'll learn how to fly and I'll do another little mission for you.